Welcome to Between Thoughts. Find a quiet place just for a moment. Let the world outside soften a little.
Hello, it's David. It's good to be here with you again, sharing this space.
And I'm Lily. We're glad you're here. David, I was sitting with my tea this morning, watching the steam rise, and a thought just kind of drifted in. It was about being tired. It's such a common feeling, isn't it? We say it all the time, I'm so tired. But I was wondering about the texture of that tiredness.
I know the feeling you mean. It's not the simple tiredness that comes after a long walk or a day of good hard work.
No, exactly. It's something else. A tiredness that seems to live behind the eyes. A weariness that a good night's sleep doesn't always seem to touch.
Yes, you can have a whole weekend of what should be rest. You don't do much, you sleep in, but Monday morning arrives and that deep down tired is still there, waiting for you.
That's it. That's the feeling. And it made me wonder, why are we always tired, even when we rest? I remember a while ago, I had a week off. I had all these plans to do nothing, read a book, sit in the garden, just be.
That sounds lovely.
It should have been, but my mind didn't get the memo. I'd be sitting there with my book, and my mind would be making lists, worrying about emails I hadn't sent, replaying conversations. My body was still, but my mind was running a marathon, and by the end of the week, I felt more drained than when I started. It was so confusing.
It is confusing. We think of rest as an absence of activity, but it's not that simple. I think we've forgotten that the mind needs rest just as much as the body, maybe even more. I often feel there's a low-level hum of activity inside of me, a constant processing. Even when I'm watching a movie, I might be scrolling on my phone. My body's on the sofa, but my brain is juggling two different worlds.
Oh, the hum. That's such a perfect word for it. It's not loud, it's just always there.
It's the hum of the to-do list, the hum of what you should have said, the hum of the news and the notifications and the endless stream of information. It's a quiet kind of noise, but it's exhausting.
It's like leaving a dozen apps open on your computer. Each one uses a little bit of energy, a little bit of processing power, and eventually the whole system just slows down.
That's a great way to put it. And we don't even realize they're open. That hum has become our default setting. We don't know what true quiet feels like anymore.
I think about those little moments in the day too, the tiny paper cuts of mental effort, deciding what to eat for lunch, answering a text that feels a little complicated, navigating a difficult traffic situation.
Right.
None of them are huge deals on their own, but when you have hundreds of them in a day, they add up. It's a constant output of energy that we never account for.
And we live in a culture that celebrates doing. Being busy is a sign of importance. Even our relaxation has become a task. I need to relax more efficiently. I need to optimize my self-care.
It's another thing to add to the to-do list. Meditate for 10 minutes, check. Go for a mindful walk, check. But if the mind is still in that doing mode, it's not really rest, is it? It's just another performance.
That performance is a key part of it. We feel we have to perform rest for ourselves and even for others, to post a picture of our quiet moment, which robs it of its quietness. The act of documenting the rest becomes another task. That performance is a key part of it. We feel we have to perform rest for ourselves and even for others, to post a picture of our quiet moment, which robs it of its quietness. The act of documenting the rest becomes another task.
And it creates this strange loop. We seek rest because we're burnt out from performing, but then the rest itself becomes another performance. It's like trying to quench a thirst with salt water, and it creates this strange loop. We seek rest because we're burnt out from performing, but then the rest itself becomes another performance. It's like trying to quench a thirst with salt water.
And that salt water is the feeling of judgment. Am I doing this right? Am I relaxed yet? We start to grade our own relaxation, which is the most unrelaxing thing you can do. The pressure to feel peaceful can create a storm of anxiety, and that salt water is the feeling of judgment. Am I doing this right? Am I relaxed yet? We start to grade our own relaxation, which is the most unrelaxing thing you can do. The pressure to feel peaceful can create a storm of anxiety, and that salt water is the feeling of judgment. Am I doing this right? Am I relaxed yet? We start to grade our own relaxation, which is the most unrelaxing thing you can do. The pressure to feel peaceful can create a storm of anxiety. It seems the first step isn't to do more to rest, but perhaps to notice more, to just become aware of that internal hum without immediately trying to fix it or turn it off.
Just notice it. That feels gentler. Less like a problem to be solved and more like a message to be heard.
Exactly. What if that deep tiredness is a signal, an invitation even, a quiet call from a deeper part of ourselves that is asking for a different kind of attention?
Not asking for more sleep, but for more stillness. Not for a vacation, but for moments of true, empty quiet in the middle of a normal day.
Perhaps, and maybe that kind of rest feels unfamiliar, even a little scary at first. When the hum stops, what's left? We're so used to the noise.
That's true. The quiet can feel loud. But sitting here, just talking about this, naming it, it already feels lighter. Just acknowledging that the tiredness isn't a personal failure.
It's not. It's a very human response to a very busy, very noisy world. And the way through it isn't about force. It's not about wrestling your mind into submission and demanding it be quiet.
No.
It's about permission. Giving yourself permission to not be productive. Permission to stare out the window for 5 minutes without a purpose. Permission to have a mind that wanders and to gently, kindly just notice where it goes.
Permission. I like that word. It feels like opening a door instead of building a wall. It's not about blocking the world out, but about allowing ourselves moments of inner sanctuary.
The sanctuary, yes. And it doesn't have to be a grand retreat. It can be the 2 minutes you spend waiting for the kettle to boil. Instead of reaching for your phone, you could just stand there. Feel your feet on the floor. Listen to the sound of the water heating up.
Let that be enough.
Let that be everything in that moment. That's where real rest begins to seed, in those small, intentional gaps we create.
It's a shift in perspective, really. From seeing tiredness as the enemy to seeing it as a teacher, a wise, quiet guide pointing us back toward ourselves.
A guide that asks for nothing more than to be noticed, to be met with curiosity instead of frustration. What is this tiredness telling me right now? What part of me is asking for quiet?
So perhaps the answer to why are we always tired isn't a complicated one.
Perhaps not. Perhaps we're tired because our minds are never truly at rest. And they are never at rest because we have forgotten how to offer them silence.
And the way back is just as simple. It's in the pause, the deep breath, the moment of just being without needing to do or fix or become anything else.
And that is a very gentle and very hopeful thought.
Thank you for sitting with this thought with us today, for sharing this quiet space.
May you find a small moment of true quiet today. Be well.